This is the plaintiff, Christina Toma. She says her cousin, the defendant, lived with her, had a huge out-of-control party one night, got mad and ended up throwing a brick through one of the windows. She can't seem to get her to pay for the damages. Can't get her mother to pay either. So she's suing both of them for the $366.47 she's owed. These are the defendants, Patricia Roberts and Larissa Simpson. Patricia says her daughter got locked out of the house and was banging on a window to get back in. As far as she's concerned, the window isn't her issue, and she doesn't know why she's even being sued. Her daughter paid the plaintiff's cousin for the window, so this case has already been settled, and she thinks the judge is going to agree. They're accused of wrecking a window.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff says the defendant, a co-worker, threw a brick through her window, but the defendants say that they already paid for the window. It's the case of you're a pain in the glass.
All right, Christina Toma, you are suing Patricia Roberts and Larissa Simpson. Who's Patricia?
I'm Patricia.
And who's Larissa?
I'm Larissa.
Who's the mother-daughter? I could barely tell.
I'm the mother.
Okay, like it's so close.
Thank you.
All right, for $366.47 that you say your former roommate owes and hasn't paid. Tell me what's going on.
Yeah, Larissa recently moved in with me when I first moved into this house.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
Okay, and how did you have a house to move into?
My mom helped me buy a foreclosure, and the deal was I moved into the house and I helped fix it up. She supplied all the funding and I just fixed it.
Is it in your name?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, nice mom. Okay, and then so you got how many roommates?
I was just me and Larissa, and then for the last week of her living there, it was me, Larissa, and my cousin Anthony.
Okay, so what happens? She moves in when, and how did you know Larissa?
We work at a small town movie theater together.
Okay, now you are how old?
18 years old.
At the time that you moved in with her, you were how old?
17.
Wow, were you still in school?
Yes.
Mom?
Yes.
So how did that conversation go? Hi, Mom, I'm the senior. Were you senior or junior?
Senior.
And I've decided I want to move out now.
Well, like I told her, it's a big responsibility, and if you feel like you're up to it, then we'll try this.
Okay.
But as you see, it did not last long.
No.
And Miss Larissa came home.
So how long was Larissa gone?
What, maybe 3 weeks?
3 weeks. What happened?
Well, things got kind of out of hand. She had a party, which we both told her we didn't want one. And she got a little too intoxicated, and at the end of the night...
Okay, who here is 21? Raise your hands. Mom. Okay, that's the only person who's legally allowed to drink. So why is it, these are the reasons why your kid can't move out. Okay, so she's 17, you're 20, and there's drinking going on in the house. Are you there?
I was not home at the time. And then the party was in the garage. And
How many people were in the garage? How many people were in the garage?
Well, at least like 20.
20, okay. And now what happens?
Well, I was at work. I work in a ticket booth. I got a phone call at around 12 o'clock.
Midnight.
Yes. Saying that Larissa was banging on all the windows, the doors, screaming. And Amber, which is my cousin's girlfriend, wanted to fight her. So I tried calling Larissa. Her phone was off. Finally, Larissa called me back. I talked to Larissa. She said that she was going to sleep in the garage and hang out with her friends in the garage. She had moved her mattress into the garage.
So you come home at what time?
Actually, I thought the situation was handled after that phone call, and I didn't get another phone call until about 2 o'clock in the morning.
And what's the phone call at 2 in the morning?
About a window being broken.
Well, how was a window broken?
Because I was locked out of the house, and rightfully...
Why were you locked out of the house?
Because Anthony took it upon himself to think that he was in control of the house and decided to lock me outside of the house so I couldn't sleep inside.
Okay, now had you dragged your mattress into the garage?
Not yet.
Well, how did you get your mattress in the garage?
I got in the house. He let me in.
Okay. What did you do before he let you in?
I was banging on the window and...
Did you break a window?
Yeah, I broke the window, but...
Which window did you break?
It was a side window on the side of her house.
Okay, and how did you break it?
I banged on it. Not banged, but I just like tapped.
Threw a brick? How'd you break the window? Just spit it out.
I want to say I tapped on it, but I hit it.
With what?
My hand.
Just your hand?
Just my hand.
Did you cut your hand?
It was cut right there. Just a little tiny cut.
Did you go to the hospital or anything or no?
No.
So, would you move in with a coworker?
I definitely would not move in with a coworker. I think you should keep your personal life and your professional life separate to avoid problems.
Who would do it? Anybody here do it? Why?
I think rooming with anybody could be a risky thing, but at the same time, you have the positive outcome as a possibility. And
Could have a positive, but a negative. Who said they've done it? And it worked out how?
It didn't end too well. We got in a lot of arguments and eventually split up.
And who ended up staying at the job?
We both left.
There you go. Happy ending. Going inside the courtroom.
So you break the window, and does that help you to get in?
No.
Does it alleviate your anger?
Yeah.
Really? Didn't it just hurt?
No.
And feel stupid?
No.
Well, it is stupid because now you got to pay for the window.
I did. That's the thing.
Okay.
I walked up to Anthony because she was not home, and I handed him $60 and walked away.
Were you drinking?
And was I drinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How old are you?
18.
Right. And at the time you were how old?
17.
Okay. And how much had you had to drink?
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
But I knew what I was doing, so.
You knew what you were doing?
Yeah.
Look at your butt. Here's what you were doing. Setting up the stage to end up at the people's court.
Yep.
These are not like lofty values for you at the age of 17, so the whole world can hear how you're underage drinking, you're wasted, you're locked out by people who think you want to fight them, and you broke a window. This is not what you should have set out to do. So if you knew what you were doing, as opposed to, oh, that was awful, it was a big mistake, then I'm a little bit more concerned about what's going to happen from here on in. You need to keep a very watchful eye. Because what you don't want, because you love her, and she obviously still needs some guiding, even though she thinks she's all that. She obviously still needs some guiding. And what are you rolling your eyes right at me?
No.
Because you know what? I got 3 teenage daughters. I know what eye rolling looks like when I see it.
Okay.
You're not invisible.
I know I'm not.
So show a little respect.
Okay.
Okay. So you give him the $60. You go in and you sleep inside?
My mattress was outside, but I slept on the couch inside.
Okay. So you wake up the next morning, and who decides we can't live like this?
She told me I couldn't live with her, so I moved out.
Okay. And you move back home?
Yes.
All right. Now, you guys get the bill for the window, and it's more than the $60.
She never paid the $60.
According to you, is there an affidavit from Anthony?
I have a signed statement from Anthony,
Yeah, let me
but
see
it
that.
doesn't say anything about
The $60?
the $60.
Okay, what on earth could it possibly talk about? That's like the thing I'm interested in. My cousin had to literally sit on Larissa the entire night? What?
Yeah.
What's this about?
Well, I guess after this whole incident occurred, she took off for a little bit. Then she tried climbing through the broken window, and she started cussing and yelling at Amber and calling her trailer trash and all these names. And then another guy who was there and my cousin had to keep her restrained on the floor because she punched Amber, and Amber punched her back.
Is that accurate?
Amber had swung on me first. That's the only reason why I swung on her. Other than that, everything else was true.
Is this news to you, or did you know this?
I had heard about it. After the incident, Christina and a couple of the other girls came over, which one of them was Amber, and she told me my daughter had swung on her, but she hadn't told me that she hit my daughter.
All right, let me ask you a question. What proof do you have of what the window cost?
I have a receipt from the...
May I see it?
From Menards.
All right, so you paid a handyman $150 to take out the old window and put in a new one, correct?
Yes.
And then the cost of the window $170, and you have a paid receipt for that. There are so you lived there from when to when?
From like maybe the beginning of August to the end, or like the middle to the middle of September.
Okay, so 2 months?
No, like less than a month.
Less than a month, okay, because it was middle to middle. All right, now, obviously there are gas and utility bills that you were going to be responsible for. All right, and those bills don't come in until afterwards, so you understand that so I'm going to look at those bills right now. You say she lived there how many weeks?
I believe she lived there from like the middle of August till the end of September.
When did she move out? No one knows?
I don't remember the
And
exact.
you don't remember either?
No.
Okay. All right, we're going to call it a month. Based on the receipts that I see in front of me, I see that the window cost you $107, installing it cost you $150, and then some other minor charges and supplies. I see that the utilities, I'm going to round down rather than round up, and she left a little earlier than the billing period ends, but I'm going to call it $75, and that would mean that she owes you $335.47. What we have, however, then is the issue of the $60 and whether that $60 gets removed from this amount. Do you have any witnesses to handing him the $60? Because the problem is you're drinking, and
Yes,
it's 2
I
in the
do.
morning, and you're not the greatest witness, so I need a little more than that.
Yes, I do. I have 3 or 4 of them.
Where are they?
They're not here because I didn't think I would need a witness to come say I handed him $60.
Right, but that's kind of what you need if you want to.
Well, I don't have one.
You don't have an
here.
affidavit or anything from them?
No.
All right, I find in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $335.47. Good luck, folks.
Well, as the defendant coming out here into the hallway, at least you're smiling, but what's going through your mind here? What do you have to smile about after that case?
I have nothing to smile about. It's just, I think that she took it out of hand because we offered her to come and talk to us about the situation instead of her filing a court complaint.
Well, she decided to go this way. What about your daughter? You hear the stories. There's drinking going on. She's out kind of young, you know?
Well,
Is it too young to be out
I
on her
told
own?
all of them they shouldn't be drinking, even Christina. I mean, they're not legal age to drink. I'm old enough to drink and I don't.
How about going out on her own and living by herself at a pretty young age?
Well, she was almost
okay?
18. It was an experience that, a lot of kids don't get to, and they think they can do this. And it's
Now you're back
more
home
than-
again?
Yes.
Will you like it better there at the moment?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
All right. All right, right around the corner there, okay? All right, so step on in here. And how about you? You got the money, but what's going on
I feel
with you kids?
we don't talk anymore, which doesn't bother me too much. We no longer work together either.
So you don't mind losing a friend over this whole deal? Are you
It
kids
wasn't
out
a friend
there?
worth losing.
You kids out there a little young, trying to live
I
your
actually,
own?
I would say I'm a little young, but I really don't drink that often. I wasn't there for that party. I've probably only participated
All right.
in 2.
All right, follow Officer McIntosh around the corner. Harvey?
Well, real quickly, the defendant's mother is not responsible here. There was no duty to supervise, and the youngster did nothing malicious. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.